Hello there, sweet darlings. I know we don't know each other yet, but I'll call you sweet darlings anyway, because that's what I call my daughters, and I felt like I should call all of you young women out there sweet darlings too. Thanks for joining me here today as I explore how I went from being a feminist to seeking true femininity in my life. Firstly though, let me say how welcome you all are here. I'm not here to judge you, regardless of whether we're in agreement or not about politics and religion. It was only very recently that I started rejecting feminism and realized that it wasn't serving me at all. So I do understand all of the young women out there who are still hoping that it will deliver on its promises and help them to be successful, fulfilled, loved, and happy women. Having come full circle from a hardcore feminist, bent on my career, partying, and supposedly being liberated while doing so, I can tell you that from my experience, the people trying to convince you that this traditional lifestyle is the one that is oppressive are wrong, and they don't have your best interests at heart. On this journey, I found out that being feminine is freeing, empowering, and joyful in a way that nothing else is, and I'm hopeful that you're curious enough about this to stick around and hear me out about why I'm no longer a feminist. But first, let me say a little hello. I'm Elizabeth, born and raised in Canada, but now living in the English countryside with my husband, 2 daughters, 2 dogs, 20 chickens, and who knows how many bees. I've decided to share my story here because I hope it might help inspire other young women who are chasing the feminist definition of success, beauty, or worth, and coming away feeling a bit empty. As I found out in my early 20s, there is a reason why pursuing casual sex, rejecting feminine grace, and delaying commitment leaves you feeling lost, exhausted, or outright depressed. I was a feminist for most of my life though, despite being raised in a household headed by a strong and loving dad and being an adolescent who really liked children. I soon became heavily influenced by my peers at high school. Before I knew it, I had willfully abandoned any sweetness and innocence that had characterized my childhood and thrown myself instead headlong into pursuing degrees, multiple relationships, and seeing the world. Now many of you might be thinking that that doesn't sound so bad. It's exciting and it's dynamic. But it's the fact that everyone tells you that this lifestyle is good and empowering, which makes it even harder as a young woman to navigate why it isn't all working out, and why you feel burned out in the pursuit of it. For me, I came out of university, clever on paper, but without much knowledge of the world or how to care for myself. I came away from breakups a little bit less believing in love and commitment each time. I traveled, but I didn't become more contented or appreciative of everything that I already had. Was it me, I wondered? It couldn't be you, everyone told me. You're amazing. This feedback left me with nowhere to go, other than moaning about the dating scene, blaming sexism for my lack of promotion, and gradually giving up on the idea of a good man to marry. My world was turned upside down, however, when I met my husband 7 years ago. He was more charming than anyone I had dated, but he challenged me to do better and be better in a way that no one had before, not even my parents. And although it was hard, for the first time in my life, I felt genuine empowerment. If I wanted something in life to change, I could change it, and I couldn't go on blaming men, the system, or someone else. During this time of transition and growth in my life, I really loved the fact that someone believed in me, believed I could be kinder, more organized, better with money, or truly feel comfortable in my own skin. All of the feminists in my life kept challenging me on this and asking if I was sure that I wanted this simpler, more traditional life. Surely I would be bored or get stupider. You aren't going to do very much if you stay at home, they told me. You could go and do a PhD instead. You used to be more fun. Fast forward to today, and so much has changed from the young woman I was. I used to be unsure about children, faith, or what I wanted to do to make the world a better place. I felt anxious, angry, and faced a quarter-life crisis. But now I found my purpose, and there is no greater feeling than getting up each morning to serve those I love and make their worlds bright, come what may. It's been a long and winding journey, which isn't finished at all. I'm still working on making great female friends, being a gracious host under pressure, learning to bake decent bread, and I really need to sort out the garden. I wear dresses every day, but lots of them get dirty, bending down to pick up my little ones. I do cook all of our meals, but I'm still working on a menu we really like, so sometimes it's beans and baked potatoes. Feminism told me my whole life that I could do anything, be anyone, but it also told me that femininity was weak. Femininity wasn't needed. But the older I get, the more I see this huge void in families in the world, just waiting for that touch of grace, of kindness for the older generation, of children who are truly loved and secure, of husbands built up and supported, of communities created and maintained. It isn't silly or beneath me to want to be at home and make my house into a home that welcomes others and encourages a sigh of relief and relaxation for my family as they step inside. When I had my first daughter, my godparents told my mum that they had always thought I would be the high flyer in the family. But I feel like I am, I told her. Does anyone think it gets better than waking up next to someone who loves you? Is working for an international corporation somehow more meaningful than working for the betterment of your family? For our generation, most of us aren't blessed with women who came before us who are now encouraging us in this path of femininity. So we rely on YouTube videos and blogs to glean the skills we need to make a home or change our mindset. I'm here to set up a little corner of the internet for those young women out there who want to make a choice, to be fulfilled, to embrace their vocation to love and serve those around them. Even if you aren't there yet and you're unsure that marriage or kids are even a good idea, you're still so welcome here. I've been in your shoes, not all that long ago really, looking at my options with family or friends pushing me towards one or another path in life and trying all the while to listen to my heart about what will really bring me purpose and peace. I'm a big believer that women have a huge potential to change this world for the better. It's just not always in the way that you imagine. Thanks for tuning in this time, and I hope to see you here again soon for the next one. In the meantime, take good care everyone, and God bless.